Hey guys, this is Sayed Salman. I'm back with another video regarding Go programming. So let me share with you what I learned today or recently after publishing my earlier video. So if you have not watched my earlier video about Go programming dev environment setup, so I'll put the link somewhere here. You can go and watch it. So I'll be covering what I learned after I published the previous video is about the functions, how to write them into the Go programming. So without further ado, let's get started by sharing my screen. So let me start this function definition and how to call them by creating a file. So let me call it functions.go. Okay. So as we know, Go is a .go is the extension which we have to give for the Go programming languages. Now we have created this file. So as we have seen earlier in our previous tutorial, so first line which we have to write for any Go programming is we have to tell to the Go that to which package this particular function which we have written belongs to, not the function, this particular file which we'll be writing, to which package it belongs to. So by default we'll be putting package main. So it says that this file which we are writing, it belongs to this main package. Okay. So once written, the Go program expects a function with the name main. So let me write it first. And see, if we write this much of a program, which is a package main and func main, okay. So this is a valid Go program. Now, if I run this particular file, the Go should not give me any error or whatsoever, right? So let me do go run functions.go. As we see here now that it is getting compiled. Okay. Now as you can see here, the go run functions.go got executed, and it did not return anything. Means what? This is a valid basic program which you can have. Now if you see here, there is a function already written, right? Func main with the braces open and close, and there is a curly braces. So this literally is the bare bone of the function. So every function can be declared as a func, then the function name and open bracket and close bracket and this curly braces. It's my bad. So this and this curly braces. So this will be for someone who are beginner to the programming language, and those who are already in a intermediate level or in a experience level, they'll already be knowing what is the function. Just to keep other viewers also informed that a function is something which can be executed whenever it is called. So simply put, like if you want to understand in a layman terms, say you are one person, okay, there is some other person, okay, so that person does some work to you, right? That person helps you by doing some work, right? For example, let's take an example of transportation. So you as a person, right, you get into the bus, okay, and you give the money to the conductor. So the conductor gives you the slip or the receipt that you have paid the amount, which you will be keeping with you, and when your stop comes, you will be getting down. So in this scenario, if you consider, so you are one person, okay. The bus itself is one entity which the driver is riding, and also the conductor is collecting money from you, and he will be giving you the receipts, right? Which we call it the ticket. Now, in all this manner, if you see, you are interacting with the bus. You're not directly interacting like in a communication manner, but you're utilizing it to go somewhere, right? To go to some place, and you are interacting with conductor. So conductor is getting some benefit from you, and not the conductor, the bus company is getting some money benefit from you, and also you are getting the benefit of what your transportation. Now, in programming language, it may not be you giving benefit to everybody, right? So, if I talk about functions, consider you yourself as one function, bus is one function, conductor is one function, driver is one function. Each one of them is doing the task which they have told to do, or which they have assigned to do. So, consider in this manner for the terminology to understand the programming concepts. Now, whenever I say a function in this video, remember that it's one person, one entity, which will be doing the task which is set to do, right? So the task of the driver is to ride the bus, not to collect the receipts, and the task for the conductor to issue the receipts or the tickets, but not to drive the bus. And you yourself, if you are using the bus to go to transport, so you will not be driving the bus or you will not be changing the tires, right? So each one of the components or each one of the aspects of life, like how it is like handled by one person, like so that other person does not interfere with it. Similar way we need to design the functions. Anyway, this is a huge concept. So to start with the basics, like we'll be starting with how to define the functions. Okay, so let me keep the video short and simple. Now you see here, this is how you define the function or a person in your literal terms. So you give a work called func, then you give a name, that is the main. So in Go language, one function with a main is must. For example, if I change this main to something else, right? So now if I try to, let me change this name to something else. Okay. Now after doing this, if I try to run the program, let's see what Go returns it. Now you can see that func main is undeclared, right? Upon running, it says function main is undeclared. Means what? Whenever this Go is running, it expects the function main to be present, right? Once the function main is present, let me re-execute it. Now I'm re-executing the functions. Now we should say that it successfully gets executed. Means what? In this entire programming file, consider yourself as main function, right? So you are the main function. So if you are there, then your transportation will be happening. If you are not there, you'll be simply sitting at home, right? So a main function must be there. Now once this main function is there, how we can create another function is just with the same structure as this main function. So what you will be giving, so there is a func keywords present, so you will be giving func, then you will giving do something. Do something is the function name I am giving. So just by writing this do something function and I'm executing, see what output it will return. Now it did not return anything. Means what? Why it did not return anything? Because simply we are not calling this function. Now bus is present here, you are not getting inside the bus, right? So in order for the bus to take you to some place, you have to get into that bus. Now let's call this function do something. From here I am calling the function do something, right, which came in the autocomplete. Now how do you call a function? You will give the same function name and you write something here, right? Now in this function, let me print something like fmt. I'll be using format, then println hi, this is me, the main character. Okay. Now when this something is called, let me try to print something else here. So let me try to print fmt dot println I'm doing something else here. Okay. Now what do you think will happen when I try to run this program? So it should give us an error that fmt is not defined, right? Because in our last program we have seen fmt we have to import it. So let me import it. Now this time I'll not be googling it, because last time we googled and we identified how to import a particular package if it is not there. So this is the way we import. So we'll talk about importing maybe in the next videos, upcoming videos. Now let me save and go ahead to run this program. Now this program is running. Okay, here you can see the output. Hi, this is me, the main character. So it got printed from our main function. Now after the main function I'm calling do something. So do something is printing I am doing something else here, right? I am doing, let me change it to something here. Okay, I am doing something here. Now in the same way I can create another function like do something else. Now if I try to execute this program, it should throw me an error like undefined do something. What happened is we are calling the conductor, right? Consider this as a conductor. We are calling the conductor and conductor is not there in the bus. So means what? You will not be paying for the ticket and bus will not be moving forward also. So let's try to bring up the conductor here. So not function, I have given the complete name. It should be just func, not punk. Okay, just func. Now let us call here func, not func, fmt println. This also print something. Hi, here I am doing something else. Okay, now let's execute this program now. Let's see what we get. So we get, this is me, the main character, and then we are calling do something else. We're getting the do something else, and I'm calling do something, sorry, first I call do something, then I'm calling do something else. So here something is coming, then something else is coming. Now if you see here, both of this function I'm calling from the main function. Like, is it compulsory to call it from main function, or can we call it from other functions also? For example, let me call this do something instead of in the main function. Let me remove from the main function. I am putting in the something else. So what happens in that case? Let me put it after here. Now let me try to run the program. There we go. We got the same result. This is me, the main character, something, and something else, right? Now why it happened? Because the sequence of function which we called, like, it was one after the another. For example, let me change it, do something else from here to before this doing something, right? Now let me run the program. As you can see here, the order got changed here, right? So first something else is coming, then something is coming. Now is it possible to call any function from the main function? Yes, it is possible. Now we have seen that we are calling do something here, and we had called do something else also from the same main function. And also we have seen that we can call one function, okay, from another function. Next part of the videos we'll be talking about how to send parameters to the function and how to return the values from the function. So guys, we have not talked about how to declare the variables or how to use them. So in order to just understand the functions, I'll be going with the bare minimum to understand how to pass the values. Now whatever I'm doing in the whatever I have written here, right? So in order to what I'm doing here is I'm directly printing by passing this text to this println function. So now what I'll be doing is I'll be passing this string in this function call, okay, and I'll be printing this with the help of that function call, okay. Now let's say do something is printing this one, right? So let me remove that value and instead pass that value to this function. Now this is how you pass a value to a function. While you are calling the function, you will be writing that inside between these parentheses. Now if you're writing between this parentheses in this function definition, you should also receive those parameters. If somebody is sending you something, you have to receive it something, right? So that you will be defining as a param. So this param you need to say of what type it is. So when we talk about in our next video about variables and other stuff, we'll be going in details on that type, okay. Now for now, just let me put param and a string. Now this directly says that you will be receiving one parameter, okay. You can give any name. For example, let me write it something here, okay, just to keep it simple. Now something might become confusing, so let's change it back to param, okay. Now this param, what I'm doing is I'm simply passing it to the println, okay. Then do something else is there now. So what I'm passing in do something else, so I'm taking that out of that inside the function and I am passing to that function. So do something else is the function, this is the text which is there. So again I'll be doing param, same name, okay. You can use a different one also. Let me use a different one to keep it simple. Then it is a string type, so I'll be putting string, okay, done. Now whatever param 1 will be received, so I'll be passing it that to println. Now once doing that change, I'm saving the file, doing the running the file again. So let me type the command this time, go run filename.go. So it's compiling. Let's wait for the output. Here you go, guys. So this is me, the main character is coming. Here I am doing something else is coming, and I am doing something here is coming. So this will be the third and last part of this video. So where I'll be talking about the return values of the functions. So if you consider our previous example about traveling, so you have noticed that when you get onto the bus to go to somewhere, right, you obviously will get down the bus, right? Get out of the bus. It's not like you'll be there in the bus forever. And also when you give the money to the conductor, you may get the change or you may not get the change depending on what amount you have given, whether it's the full amount or it's some excess amount you have given to which you will be needing the change. And you might probably not get anything from the driver, right? So similarly happens with the functions, like some functions will return you some value or some function does not return at all. Okay, we'll be continuing the same program which we have used in this video. So the function which we have here is do something, okay, and do something else, okay. So I may be renaming this function, so let's try to rename them. So here we'll be printing, okay, hey everyone, say greetings, okay, let's call it say greeting. And the passing this is greetings. Now instead of greeting, just let me type greetings, okay, then dots. So whatever this function will be returning, okay, so that I'll be printing, okay. So I'll be copying the code from here and I'll be pasting here. Now let me replace this function name with say greetings. Now this say greetings returns a string which we have already defined here, but what value it returns, in order to define that, so after this closing braces, right, we need to define what type of data it will be returning. For now, to keep it simple, I'll be just using strings. When we talk about variables, we'll talk about how to mention them in the return as well. Now this returns a string param, okay. So now what this accepts a param, okay, and it returns a type string data. So in order to return it, we'll be using a keyword called return, which obviously says what this function will be returning. So whatever param I'm receiving, right, to this param I'll be adding some string. So greetings, so I'll be writing like from the Salman, okay. Now we have talked about saying greetings. Now same thing, let me copy paste for say goodbye, right, say goodbye. Now goodbye I'll be typing here, goodbye. Have I kept the same? Oh, I've saying goodbye, should be goodbye, not goodbye, goodbye. So I'm copying the name, pasting here. So this will be receiving a param1, and again this function will be returning a string. So I'll be typing the type as string. So what since I'm returning, I need to type a return keyword, then what I'm receiving, param, right, then plus concat goodbye says type someone, okay. Now let me save it and let me execute it. Now let's see what output this generates. So this generates hi everyone, greetings from Tayyab Salman, goodbye says Tayyab Salman. Now what happened here is, if you see, greetings I have passed, okay, to say greetings, right. So that function, what it has done, so it has taken the parameter that is greetings here, and it have appended or it has attached from Tayyab text to that, and it has returned it. Then that return went to this println function and it got displayed onto the screen. So same way happened with goodbye. Goodbye was passed here, and says Tayyab Salman got added to the text and it got returned, and that value got printed by this println. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next upcoming videos. Bye bye.